Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rapid Fire and Ice, our initial reaction show to the Season 7, Episode 7 finale of Game of Thrones. Full spoilers ahead. This is your fair warning, SPOILERS for Season 7, Episode 7, Game of Thrones. This is a template, and I have 30 seconds to fill every time at the front of this thing. And sometimes I don't have enough content to do it, so I'm just talking. Please just listen and like us and subscribe. I don't know what else to say.
Hold on to your butt.
Wow, 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 wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second ever Rapid Fire and Ice with the Westeros Gazette crew, a subsidiary of the Hold On To Your Butts podcast. We're so glad that you joined us. We just finished up watching the season finale of Season 7 of Game of Thrones. Wow, it's been a wild ride, huh, guys? It's been a wild ride. Now, just to recap, everyone, these are our initial reactions to the show. We'll have our full episode breakdown available Tuesday morning. But this is just something to whet your appetite, if you will. You know what I mean? Get your fire dragon breath.
I think it's kind of like a therapy session. We're going to be a bit of a therapy session.
I think it's mostly us just needing to talk.
Things just need to happen. We need to get this. The last time we essentially had a rapid fire and ice after the last episode, it was just in the kitchen where we're all very nervous and just like moving things from one counter to another. Just not really. So this is a way for us to sort of gather those thoughts, get them out there, and sort of just let you know what these initial reactions were. So, guys, I'm just going to open it up. What do you guys think?
Ooh, that little finger scene, though. And the whole... So, I just have to say... Fucking little... You got the sound? The little finger sound?
Oh, yep. Cue it up. No worries. Just give me one. Say it again one more time.
Little finger.
No.
Fucking little finger. Finally, I can't say it enough, but I was like so fed up with the Sansa Arya bickering session the whole season, and for that to be the payoff actually made sense, and I'm so happy that that's where we are at this point.
It was good to know that meant something. It was good to know that their bickering was leading towards something. I think, I'm just going to say that I called it, but I just want to say that that was one of my predictions, I think, that I've been sort of sticking with all season, is that we've seen what the Stark girls have wanted us to see, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think specifically it was last week where Arya played the game with Sansa, quote unquote, and said, like, I want to play truth and lie or whatever. And so at the end of it, when she handed the dagger over to Sansa, I think now we know that for sure that meant, okay, I believe you. Let's do what we have to do.
Yeah, or even like, I mean, some of it was probably like early on, or maybe like more time passed, and they actually had some legitimate conversations. Like, hey, this guy's an idiot, and obviously we have some trouble. But
which guy?
Motherfucking Littlefinger. But we also...
Sad part is you realize that you had that right when he dies. Also, like, we didn't even get to use it that long.
The key
ingredient. This isn't the last time we're going to see Littlefinger.
I'm sorry, who?
For sure. Oh, sorry, Littlefinger. This isn't the last time we're going to see him, though, because now Arya's got the face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is he still fucking Littlefinger when she has the face, though? Because now we know how well it
fucking
works.
Arya.
Yeah, super late. I'm sorry, I'm not good at it. All right.
So the other thing, though, that the thing that ties the pieces together was Bran, though, right? Because he's sitting in the room with them, and then obviously we get a lot of this background of, like, yeah, we were able to see that all of this happened, all the things that he was able to, like, deny because nobody was around when he killed Lysa Arryn and all that, but
Bran was, because Bran sees everything. And to be honest, just jumping off that, Bran's final scene with Sam, I gotta say, a lot of fans thought that was coming, the theories and everything, and it has officially been confirmed that Jon Snow is a legitimate Targaryen.
Yeah, that's
huge. He is
huge.
not a Snow, he is not a bastard, he is legitimized.
Not a Sam.
He is the heir to the throne.
Yo.
That is absolutely huge, albeit mixed with a little incestual relationship.
Weird reveal.
Yeah,
really
Bran narrating that scene there, the final coming together of Dany and Jon.
Oh, poor choice of words.
Right? Or was it?
they could have picked somebody else to narrate.
Yeah, that just felt a little strange to me, but interesting all at the same time.
It's what's weird to me about this revelation, and where I've had a hard time with the idea that Jon was indeed the not bastard son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark, was if they're gonna make them a romantic item here moving forward on the show, like, you know, it's been easy to accept Jamie and Cersei because they're the villains, or they were the villains early on. You're like, yeah, of course you're having incestual sex because you're villains. And now it's like, okay, this is incestual sex, but these are our two heroes, and like, how are we supposed to react to that?
See, I think it's like we've seen Jamie and Cersei, and we've been like, oh, gross. But then, like, no one can deny that they haven't watched the last 3 episodes. Be like, will you just bang already?
It's really true. They build up the tension.
Yeah, they didn't grow up together. They've got this chemistry, this connection that I like, and I feel like they've done a great job throughout all of the seasons, getting you to this point where you're like, yeah, I don't care. It's not that big of a deal. Moving on. Like, yeah. And I think, you know, after a show that we watched, they talked a little bit about it, that now with the bigger problem is almost that Jon is the legitimate heir to the throne, not Dany.
Yeah.
And how will that affect?
She's not going to handle that well.
How will that affect them? I don't know. I think that she will. I think that if they're already leading up to, you know, the love fest that is between the two of them, I don't know, what does it matter who is the official...
Yeah, do they just get married now and they're just king and queen and that's that? You know, I mean...
50-50, split down the middle.
You've got 6 seasons of her wanting this throne and her wanting to rule.
Well, she got the throne.
Jon doesn't strike me as someone who's going to be a power play move. I feel like he'll be like, yeah, you can have it as long as, you know, twice a week.
I think there's just a lot to figure out. I think that creates a whole new situation that we just don't know how it's going to play out.
True, I agree.
It's a new situation, but, like, you know, they've led up too much to the fact that, like, you know, Dany's going to get pregnant now.
Yeah.
Agree. Oh, yeah, I agree completely with you.
Yes.
Yep.
Jon did something no one else could. So now, like, obviously,
can I say Dynamite super sperm drop?
He does.
Winter
call that,
is coming.
He does call that. Wow.
Whoa.
Again, though, but he was born in Dorne, so like technically he's not Winter.
Oh, all right.
But anyways,
all right. I'm going to say an unpopular thing, and I just want to get this out there.
No,
this is something I'm thinking, and I just want to see if anyone else agrees with me.
Check it out.
I feel.
Kendall's grabbing for the mic.
Kendall's ready. She's ready.
I feel like that finale kind of sucked.
Oh,
I completely agree. Whoa. So overall, my whole feeling on right before like season 7 aired, like we went back and we watched the last 2 episodes of season 6. Both of those episodes were better than this entire season.
Oh.
I have a theory.
No, I love the show. I love the show. So, like, I've been really excited, and I've been, like, really wanting to watch it, and, like, I get excited about every scene regardless, and I loved the episode. But in general, the whole tone, especially the tone of this last episode, it really kind of pissed me off, completely changed. They, like, put more humor in it, which is, like, so not Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. And, like, I didn't like that. Like, that whole scene with Theon getting, like, kicked in the nuts, like, 4 times, and him looking at him like, oh, no, it's okay, because I don't actually have nuts anymore.
That was a scene straight out of a Michael Bay movie. Like,
it was so stupid.
All right, so and this is what I'm saying, like, because I agree with what Kendall is saying. Like, I don't actually agree with everything you're saying. Like, I think this season's been good. I think it started off great, like, one of the best, and then I feel like it's really sort of trailed off here. And in the last 2 episodes specifically, they were cool episodes. Like, I thought they were cool, but there's no depth to these episodes. And, like, we're at a point right now.
Depth or death? Because
depth
both
and depth.
Both work.
Yeah, like, depth and depth. Like, I think, like, we deserve something that has a little bit more, like, layers of the onion to peel back in an episode.
Gun shy almost.
Yeah, like, let's kill some motherfuckers. Let's go. Like,
right, like, you love the characters, but, like, you know that George R.R. Martin hasn't held back, and so why are we holding back?
Like, kill Tormund at the end. For sure, kill Tormund.
2 episodes in a row, and we don't know.
So we talked about this a little bit last time. I feel like part of it, two things. I think part of it's because we're past the books now. So I do think that they're lacking material and they're trying to come up with some of this on their own. And I did enjoy some of the jokes, but I completely agree that there are moments where it was too far, too much, and almost like filler. But I also think that the way, and this is going to sound dirty and there's just no way around it, so I'm just going to embrace it and lean into it here. But we're moving so fast. There's no build-up. And so then when you get these huge moments that you've been waiting for, it's like, whoa, that was fast. Okay. Oh, and we're going to another one. All right. Well, okay. And they just keep hitting you. And there's the climax, right? The build-up just isn't as powerful. So I just feel like that's been a letdown.
Sorry, I'll even say, because I agree with you, I'll even say, like, we go into these episodes, and we were all pumped. We're like, tonight's 80 minutes. And when you're excited that something's 80 minutes, you're like, that means we're going to get, like, a ton of depth. And we're going to get a ton of backstory. And we're going to get, like, everything that we've wanted. And I don't feel like I left this episode feeling like I got everything that I should have gotten out of an 80-minute episode of TV.
What would you rate it out of 10? Because I'm curious.
Out of 10, I'd give it a 6.
Okay.
And I'd give last week, like, a 6,
really? Okay.
too. Yeah.
I think it's fair, but for me, this season felt, like, very, very linear, and we got some, like, actual complexity at the end, which I was really happy with, because I didn't think it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily give it a 6. I think I gave it higher than that because I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed all the things that they brought into it. Everything with Littlefinger that was like finally building up to it, and I loved the intensity of the scene between Cersei and Jaime.
Yeah.
So like, I give it more than that, and I have to say I really liked last episode because I literally had trouble sleeping because I was so anxious over everything that happened in that episode, and like I can't say that it's actually happened to me in like other episodes of this show. So from that point of view, I really like it, but I don't like the way the tone has changed.
Yeah. I hear you there.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that. I think there are a lot of things that I really enjoyed, and I think if you're trying to take this as what was the penultimate season, and we've only got 6 episodes left, I think you've got to enjoy it for what it's worth. I think there are little things that you can take like issue with, of course. Like a lot of the depth pieces aren't there, but the reunions we're getting are great. I love the official break between Cersei and Jaime. I love that both brothers called her on her bluff. They were both like, "Then kill me."
Yeah.
And then they look at the mountain, and he doesn't do anything, and Cersei doesn't give the order, and they just walk out.
She did for Jaime.
She did for Jaime,
but he calls the bluff and he walks out. Like, I think both of them see through her a bit, and I think she's very one track minded at this point. She's focused on just having the throne, and that's about it. And living, obviously, with or without whatever the baby may or may not be.
What do you think that means that she said yes for Jaime, but not for Tyrion? Whether it was a bluff or not?
Power move, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I think she was trying to control Jaime at the end to say, like, well, you have no option. You can't leave. You can't follow this order. You can't follow your word. I won't let you.
And I want to walk something back a little bit too, because I'm sounding like I'm coming out of the gate like hating on this episode. I'm not hating on this episode.
You're gonna get the little finger noise, before you disagree with everything.
But I really did like enjoy it. They're entertaining episodes, and like we did get some like big pieces and some big like movement forward. But they came in like 30-second intervals where it should have maybe come in like a little bit longer period of time. Like it would have been interesting to explore the conversation between Tyrion and Cersei a little bit further.
Or get the end of it.
Yeah,
right.
It would have been interesting to maybe even explore the conversation between Jaime and Cersei a little bit more. Instead, we get that whole scene is maybe a minute and a half. And I'm not saying that like you should write things longer for the sake of being longer. It's just that, yes, ultimately the outcome of those scenes were super interesting, and we're dissecting like, wow, what did that mean that she like said yes, kill him, but then didn't kill him? But maybe even if we saw like the scene with Cersei where she's like briefing the mountain on what to do, I'm not saying that would have made it better or worse, but I'm saying with 80 minutes, I would have expected to get
the depth,
some more. But that's that depth part.
Well, we even asked the question right before we watched it. You know, how much of this episode we've got 80 minutes? Are they going to be in the dragon pit the whole time, or are they going to? Is that going to be the last scene? And I mean, previous seasons, you would have expected that would have been the final. Everyone walks in the pit, boom, boom, boom. What's going to happen? And that's how they kicked it off. And then everybody went about their business. And that has been the pace for this entire season, which has been very fascinating to watch.
Yeah. So for me too, the one thing that I keep coming back to is that the writers, and even in the post show, they talk about it. They say specifically like, well, we knew the wall had to come down somehow, and all of a sudden now we have this thing in the game that can make that change. So like, I think that like we're talking about, I think they're struggling to put the pieces together, and it feels so like this, that, the other thing. And I think that's why last episode was so easy to critique the timing and the change. I didn't feel that way for this episode. I felt like this episode made sense, like legitimately, logistically. And I think for the last season, it's all set up to be what the end is supposed to, or what the end has always been about.
Yeah, even to take your analogy like a step further, like I think it's always been about how to put the pieces together. But I think what we've seen is they've got the pieces put together in the exact right way, and they haven't stumbled with that in the last couple of episodes. Like, they're still moving the pieces, and at the end of the episode, the pieces are in the right place to make it an interesting thing to watch and want to come back to. But it's like, getting the pieces in place at the end of last episode meant that we had to go through this, like, cockamamie plan to get, like, a White back to King's Landing. But the fact that we got the White back to King's Landing is interesting.
Shocking that their cockamamie plan worked.